Before we begin today's episode proper, I want to take a quick detour to a cave village to do some purification. Meditate can now be purified, and since I have other Pokemon waiting to be purified, I decided to bring them along with me, and we'll be doing a mass purification of 3. Still a mass purification, I suppose. I do want to purify all the Shadow Pokemon eventually, even if a lot of them end up being like a bonus. Something I don't do until I beat the main game. Or something along those lines. For what we're going to be doing today, we're going to need a full team of purified Pokemon. So I gotta purify at least 6 Pokemon, and Sudowoodo's not ready to be purified. So I need to purify something. I guess this Fluffy will have to do. Even though the Fluffy does not live up to the Cotton Falcon standards. Last but not least is the Pokemon that I really want to purify though, since it's going to be a main member of our party. It'll finally be able to grow, learn moves, and evolve like the other Pokemon of our party. Yay! I believe the move that we get from it will be useful too. Detect? Yeah, Detect is a fairly nice move if I recall. It can be a bit situational though. As for what we're going to name it, I have a special name in mind. I was going to call it Ying if it was male, but since it's female I'm going to call it Yang. The Pokemon just reminds me of the whole Kodiak of Yin and Yang. Pretty much as soon as I decided that I was going to be using this Pokemon way back in my practice file, I decided upon the Yin Yang concept. Out of all the Pokemon in this game, it just reminds me the most of it. Maybe because it looks monk-like? Because it behaves in monk fashion, if you read the Pokedex entry? Not quite sure, but Yin and Yang is what it's called. And with that, we're back at Phenac City. Greeting interwebs, this is Jackie K, and welcome to a new edition of Pokemon Colosseum. In the last episode, we defeated the pre-gym leader, justly, and got the TM return from it. I'm sure I'll make use of that soon enough. Instead of going to Mount Battle, I feel Neuroti's not strong enough yet, so we'll continue to delay going to Mount Battle. I think today though we should go to the Phenac Colosseum. They kinda swayed that over our heads, teasing us with going to Colosseum but then saying we couldn't enter. Oh, did you know? No, what do I know? Mirror B was apparently defeated. While I would be honored to meet the great trainer who did that amazing deed. Wouldn't that be great, really? Wouldn't it be great to meet the people who defeated Mirror B? Oh, wait! That was us, really. Like I hinted at before, in Phenac Colosseum, you're not allowed to enter Shadow Pokemon. So if you want a full team, you have to have them all purified. And honestly, considering the situation you're in, unless you really grind Umbreon and Espeon, I think you're going to need a full party anyways. They might actually require you to have a full party. And as you can see, here's the full party that I plan on entering. Yes, the Fluffy of Shame will have to suffice. Because I completely forgot that I had a whole nother box of Pokemon waiting to be purified. I guess those Pokemon will have to be purified another day. Hello to you too. I indeed would like to enter in the Phenac Stadium. Going right for the doors will be the key to beginning our victory. So in we go. Behold, at long last, Phenac Stadium. We finally get to see the inside of this glorious Colosseum. Well, it's a stadium, but the game is called Pokemon Colosseum. So which is it? Is it a stadium or is it a Colosseum? Oh well, I doubt it's too relevant. We got a battle coming up here, and I am totally— oh my gosh, this whole stadium is in level 40. I could have sworn that Phenac Stadium was lower in levels than the Pyrite Stadium. Apparently I was wrong. What I was correct on is the fact that they used completely uninvolved Pokemon. So even though there's a pretty significant difference between their levels and ours, and not in our favor. I'm pretty sure we can get through this alright, and even get Nerati some experience. When you take into the fact that they're not fully evolved Pokemon, and weaker than ours, and combine it with the fact that they're higher level than ours, I would say that it cancels out. So it'll be a pretty even match. Take a look at this. Nerati doesn't take any damage. Like, only 1 HP worth of damage from that bubble. Sure, it's Bubble from Azumarill, doesn't even get same type attack bonus, but I say we're doing pretty good. That's the reason I'm not too worried about them being so high in level compared to my Pokemon, especially Nerati. And this is going to be something I pretty much implement throughout the entire battle. Since Nerati doesn't really have any opportunity to use water-type moves against these guys, just keep pulling up a Sunny Day, reduce any damage that Cold Red would take from the water attacks to a manageable level, and ouch! Maybe getting Nerati some experience in this place won't be as easy as I thought. I'm probably going to have to do a bit more swapping than I would have desired. Guess Nerati can't hog all the experience for herself. And since that this is going to be a repeated pattern throughout the entire Colosseum, Sunny Day, try to get as much done with Nerati before switching her out to avoid being KO'd and not getting any experience at all, and taking out the Pokemon while the sun is out. It might be a little hard to come up with interesting things to talk about, but I will try. What kinda sucks about this situation is Azurill is not a water type yet. I don't really get what was going through their heads when they decided to make Azurill a normal type and not a water type, but I'm sure they were thinking something. This will result in me not being able to do super effective damage against either of his Pokemon, but considering how weak it was, that didn't really matter in the end. However, that does got me wondering if Azurill is going to become a pure Fairy type, or if it's going to be a Fairy normal when the new Pokemon X and Y games come out. I haven't been checking the Pokemon sites, so maybe that's already announced by the time this video is being commentated. But I still gotta ponder if Azurill is going to be normal, Fairy, or both. Because Meryl was confirmed to be a Water Fairy type. So it would make sense that its pre-evolution would get an addition to a Fairy type in this typing. Victory 1 has been attained. 1 battle down, 3 more to go. And you've, sir, been knocked out. You could say TKO. Sure, normally would mean triple KO, but twice KO works? I don't know why twice went into my head before double. Because double would be more appropriate for that situation, but that's why I was thinking TKO could work for 2 Pokemon. Oh, this is a pretty interesting typing to lead off with. Something that's actually a water type that can do water type moves. You know what to do, Cold Red. I guess that would mean get Nerati out of there ASAP. Don't want to repeat the mistakes from last time. While we're going through motions similar to what we've done in the past, you mind me asking you guys, the viewers, what your opinion is about the council situation? I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you have some interest in video games. That sounds like a pretty fair assumption to me. As I'm recording and commentating this, there's 2 consoles out for Microsoft and Sony that have yet to be released, but were talked about extensively at E3. And I'm not going to go into the controversial topics of a certain console here. But I'm sure it affects the decision, so that's the reason it came to mind. My point of starting up this conversation is to ask you guys what console you're thinking of leaning towards, if you're not already planning on sticking with the Wii U that's already out. So those next gen consoles would be the Xbox One from Microsoft, the PlayStation 4 from Sony, and the Wii U from Nintendo, though the Wii U's been out for a while now. So I'm assuming that if that's the console you're leaning towards out of the three, you've already gotten it. As for me, I actually have a different approach that I want to try. Instead of getting a PS4 or Xbox One, because I never really had interest in either one of those, I don't know. There's probably some good games for both, but none of them really strike my appeal yet. What I want to do is actually go back to the consoles I never played, like the PS3 and maybe the Xbox 360, if I can think of some more games for it that I'd be interested in playing. Because growing up with Nintendo and Nintendo consoles only, I never really got to play some of the series that actually caught my interest on either of those consoles. So instead of going for a next-gen console, I think I'm going to stick with the current gen, but go for a console I haven't played on before. It'll hopefully broaden my gaming horizons, and maybe it'll actually get me interested in a game for PS4 or Xbox 360. As for Wii U, that's probably going to be the first-gen console I get, even though I don't own it yet. Just because I've grown up with Nintendo, I've became fond of their series, and I'm more attached to them than I am of the other two consoles. But I'm more likely going to get a PS3 before getting a Nintendo Wii U. That could very well change with the announcement of a single game though. I won't deny that. But I do get that each of the consoles have their own games that appeal to certain fans, and that's the way it should be. I also have no idea when I'm going to get any console, whether it be a PS3 or a Wii U, because as I get older, I need to conserve my money for more adult things, and I just don't have so much time. Even something like LPing and making videos and commenting over them for you guys takes up time. And when you add things like a job into the mix, it really makes me wonder where I'm going to squeeze it in. I know I would have the time to squeeze it in somewhere, but there's just so much uncertainty of what my future beholds at the current time. Well, this battle's almost over. All we need to do is take out that Psyduck, and with Giga Drain on our side, I get a strong feeling that won't be much of an issue. Well, it's kinda hanging in there more than I would like. And I did go for not very effective move, but oh yes, that's enough to take it out. Weird, I think Mega Drain from Fail Plume did around the same amount of damage as Code Red's Flame Wheel. I mean, sure, the sun is out, but come on, it's not very effective. What gives, game? Is Fail Plume really that fail? With that, there's only one more battle until we are victorious in this Colosseum. The final battle. Figured I'd let you guys take in the music of that at least once. Is things tense? I don't know. The past battles really haven't gave me much challenge. I have yet to have more than one Pokemon actually faint in here, despite the fact they're 10 levels higher than me, on average. I don't even think Nerati's having too much of a problem getting experience from these battles. But hey, that's good, because the higher the level, the more experience Nerati will get. And there's a Zubat on the field. I'm very tempted to try to take out the Zubat, but I'm pretty sure anything could take out Nerati, since the Pokemon are so strong, so it's probably better to play it safe, so Nerati gets some experience out of this fight. So let's have the Fluffy get its final room of screen time. Pretty sure we'll never need this Fluffy again after this fight, so might as well have it get the action it kinda deserves. I don't even know if that's a smart move. I'm surprised that it wasn't very effective, because I could have sworn that Leech Life is a bug type move, and I could have sworn bug types aren't very effective against fire types. I know that fire types are super effective against bug types, But I guess I never seen a bug move done against a fire type. I just assumed that the bug type move would be weak, since fire types are strong against bug. Pokemon logic, where's it at? And it's annoying when a foe survives with 1 HP. Come on, jeez. Ha 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 ha! Well, that Zubat rendered itself useless. Super effective, and come on! That should have finished the job. This battle still has yet to give me something to be befriended by. The surf is close. The surf is close to befriending, but critical hit. I guess that could be a bit scary. Super effective, even with the water doing half damage. That's a bit of a threat. Too bad you're going down this turn, Mudkip. Otherwise, you might have posed a threat against my team. A bit of a maybe, but definitely a possibility. Down, bat, down. Well, Naraya getting her level. We gotta be close to that evolution soon. Too bad there's a very good chance we won't get that evolution in this Colosseum. Would have loved to have that be the case, but I guess we can't always get what we want. Anyways, even though Naraya's not ready to evolve, with all this leveling that she's been getting, she should at least be ready for Mount Battle. If we can get evolution early on in Mount Battle for her, then she might actually be useful for the challenges that we'll have to face in Mount Battle. Because it was overrun by thugs, no spoilers intended. It's very likely we'll be fighting some trainers in there. What exactly we'll be fighting, that's where the secret lies. Yeah, Code Red got a level, but Narati didn't. Yeah, I'm not too surprised, it just got a level in this battle. But with that, we are the champions of the Phenac City Colosseum. Or Stadium. Is there a point to even differentiating between the two? So with that, we get a lot of money, and we get TM13. I believe TM13 is Rain Dance. So nothing too spectacular. But if you're looking to make a rain team for Pokemon Colosseum, there you go. A free Rain Dance for entering into Colosseum with pretty weak Pokemon. And you get 5,000 cash too. That'll probably buy you a few good balls, because we'll be needing stronger Pokeballs for the battles we have to face up ahead. So with all that, I believe we're finally ready, after delaying it for several videos, to go to Mount Battle. So that is exactly what we will do in the next episode of Pokemon Colosseum. I have been your host, Jackie K, and I hope to see you all for the next one. Bye.